Hello and welcome to English Style, the podcast where we help you upgrade your English one conversation at a time. I am your co-host, Jack.
And I am Elena, your main teacher. We are so incredibly happy to have you here with us today. Whether you're walking in the park, washing the dishes, or just relaxing with a nice cup of coffee, welcome to the show.
Elena, I have to be completely honest with you before we even start. I am so tired today. My brain is working at about half speed.
Oh no, Jack. Why is that? What happened?
Well, it all comes down to yesterday. Yesterday was an absolute disaster of a day. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. I woke up late, spilled coffee on my favorite shirt, missed my bus, and then had a mountain of work to finish. By the time I got home, I was completely exhausted.
Wow, that sounds like a nightmare. But you know what, Jack? Your terrible day is actually the perfect inspiration for our episode today.
Really? My pain is your inspiration?
Exactly, because today we are going to learn exactly how to talk about your yesterday. This is something every single English learner needs to do. When you meet a friend, a coworker, or a neighbor, what do they ask you? They ask, "What did you do yesterday?" or "How was your day?"
That is so true. It is probably one of the most common conversation starters in the world. But as a B1 learner, it can be easy to get stuck just saying, yesterday was good, I went to work, I ate dinner, I went to sleep. It gets a bit boring, doesn't it?
It really does. So today, we are going to break down this topic into 4 real-life scenarios. We will look at how to describe a busy day, a lazy day, a bad day like Jack's, and a great day. We'll give you simple, informal phrases you can use with friends and formal, professional options you can use at work. Plus, we'll explain everything using simple English.
I love it. This is going to be incredibly useful. So let's dive right into our very first scenario. What happens when your yesterday was incredibly busy?
Let's start there. Imagine you had no time to rest. You were running around all day. If you are talking to a close friend or a family member, you want to use informal language or casual idioms. Jack, if you had an incredibly busy day, what is a casual phrase you might use?
A classic one I always use is, I was on the go all day.
On the go. That is a fantastic idiom. Let's explain what that means for our listeners. When you say you are on the go, it means you are physically moving, active, and doing tasks without stopping to rest. It's like you're a machine that just keeps running.
Exactly. For example, you could say, yesterday I had to drop the kids at school, go to the grocery store, clean the house, and fix the car. I was on the go from 7 a.m. until 9 p.m.
Another great casual phrase is, my day was packed.
Oh, I use that one all the time. Packed like a suitcase, right?
Yes, precisely. Think about a suitcase when you go on vacation. You push and push until there is no space left. When your day is packed, it means your schedule has absolutely no free time. Every hour is filled with an activity. You can say, yesterday was totally packed with meetings.
But what if you're at the office the next morning? You're sitting at the water cooler or in the break room, and your manager walks up and asks, "How was your day yesterday, Jack?" I probably shouldn't say, "Yeah, it was totally packed, mate."
No, probably not. With a manager or a client, you want to sound professional and polite. Instead of on the go or packed, you can use the word productive. You can say, yesterday was a very productive day.
Productive. That is a beautiful word. It means you achieved a lot of goals. You completed your tasks successfully. It focuses on the good results of your hard work rather than just how tired you are.
Perfect. Another excellent professional phrase is, I had a very demanding schedule yesterday.
Ooh, demanding schedule. That sounds very fancy and corporate.
It does, but it is actually quite simple. Demanding means something requires a lot of energy, time, or effort. So a demanding schedule means you had a lot of difficult tasks to do, but you are stating it in a calm, professional way. It shows you are a hard worker who handles pressure well.
That is a great tool for the office toolbox. Now, let's move on to our second scenario, which is the exact opposite. What if yesterday was a beautifully lazy day? You did absolutely nothing and you loved it.
Ah, my favorite kind of day. Let's look at the informal side first. If you are chatting with a friend, you can use the verb to lounge around. You could say, yesterday I just lounged around the house all day.
Lounged around. Can you break that down for us, Elena?
Of course. To lounge means to sit or lie down in a very relaxed, lazy way. Think of sitting on a comfortable sofa in your sweatpants, watching TV and eating snacks. You are not moving fast, you are just enjoying the comfort. I lounged around all Sunday.
Another awesome casual idiom for this is to take it easy. You can say, yesterday I didn't have any plans, so I just took it easy.
Yes! Take it easy simply means to relax, avoid stress, and do things slowly. It is a very warm, peaceful phrase.
But again, let's look at the formal side. If your boss asks you on Monday morning, what did you do yesterday? And you say, oh, I just lounged around in my pajamas eating cereal, it might make you look a little bit unmotivated. How can we say this professionally?
Yes, context is everything in English. In a professional setting, if someone asks about your weekend or your yesterday and you just rested, you can use phrases like rest and recovery or quiet time. For example, you can say, I used yesterday to rest and recharge my batteries.
Recharge my batteries. I love that analogy. We all know what happens when our phone battery hits 1%. It dies. Humans are the same. We need to plug ourselves into the wall, read a book, sleep, and get our energy back. Saying I recharged my batteries sounds positive because it implies you are now ready to work hard today.
Exactly. You could also say, I had a quiet day at home. This is a very safe, professional response. It doesn't give too many personal details, but it lets the person know you had a peaceful time.
Simple, elegant, and perfectly polite. Now, before we move to our third scenario, which is going to cover my favorite topic, bad days, we need to take a very quick moment for our mid-roll engagement.
Yes, indeed. If you are listening to this episode right now and you are finding these phrases helpful, please take 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button on our channel, English Style. It really helps us grow and create more free lessons for you. And if you are watching on YouTube, give this video a big thumbs up.
And you know what time it is, Elena. It is time for our special keyword comment challenge. We do this in every episode to test your listening skills and build our community.
Yes, today's challenge word is very special because it matches our topic perfectly. The keyword challenge word is yesterday.
That is right. Capital yesterday. We want every single person listening right now to go down to the comments section and write a sentence using the word yesterday. It can be a simple sentence like, yesterday I listened to English Style, or you can use one of the new phrases we just taught you.
I will personally look at the comments and reply to as many as I can to give you feedback. So write yesterday in the comments right now. No AI tools, no fancy software needed, just your own beautiful brain practicing English.
Awesome. Now, let's get back to the lesson. Scenario number 3, the bad day. The day where everything goes wrong, like my yesterday. Elena, what can I say to a friend when I am feeling frustrated about my terrible yesterday?
Well, Jack, you actually used a great phrase earlier. You said, yesterday was an absolute disaster. That is a perfect informal way to describe it. A disaster is usually something huge, like an earthquake or a storm. But in casual English, we use it to describe a situation that went completely wrong.
Another incredibly common idiom for a bad day is, I had a rough day yesterday.
Ooh, rough. Let's look at that word. Physically, rough is the opposite of smooth, like a rocky road. So a rough day means a day that was bumpy, difficult, and full of problems. It is a very natural phrase that native speakers use daily. You can say, Sorry I didn't call you back. I had a really rough day yesterday.
But let's turn the coin over. What if you're at work? You had a terrible day yesterday. Maybe a project failed or you had a disagreement with a client. You need to explain to your team or your manager that yesterday was difficult, but you must remain professional. You cannot walk into a boardroom and say, "Yesterday was a total disaster, guys. I wanted to cry."
Definitely don't say that. Professionally, you want to use words like challenging or eventful. For instance, you can say, "Yesterday was quite a challenging day for the team."
Challenging. That is a great corporate word. Instead of saying bad or horrible, which sound negative and defeated, challenging implies that there were obstacles, but there were things to overcome. It sounds much more objective and constructive.
Yes. Another option is to say, "We encountered a few setbacks yesterday."
Setbacks. That is an excellent noun for B1 learners to know. A setback is a problem that delays your progress. It stops you from moving forward temporarily. So saying "we encountered some setbacks" explains that there were problems without sounding emotional or dramatic.
Perfect explanation, Jack. Now let's move to our fourth and final scenario. A great day. A day where you felt happy, accomplished, and positive. Jack, what is a fun, casual way to tell your best friend about a fantastic yesterday?
I love saying "yesterday was awesome" or "I had a blast yesterday."
Had a blast. That is such a high-energy idiom. A blast can mean an explosion, but when you have a blast, it means you had an amazing, incredibly fun time. For example, we went to the concert yesterday and we had an absolute blast.
You could also say "everything went smoothly yesterday." This is great when you had a lot of things to do, but everything happened perfectly without any mistakes, the opposite of a rough day.
Exactly. Now, in a professional context, how do we describe a great yesterday? If a project went well or a meeting was successful, you can say yesterday's session was highly successful, or we made significant progress yesterday.
Significant progress. That means you didn't just do small tasks, you moved closer to your big goals in an important way. It shows value to your company.
Absolutely. Now that we have covered all four scenarios, I think it is time for our practical demonstration. Jack and I are going to do a live role play. We will pretend we are two friends meeting at a coffee shop on a Tuesday afternoon, and we will use the phrases we learned today. Listen carefully to how we use them.
Hey, Elena. Thanks for meeting me for coffee. It is so good to see you. How was your yesterday?
Hey, Jack. Oh, honestly, yesterday was totally packed. I was on the go all day with work and errands. I had a blast in the evening, though, because I went to a dance class. But by the time I got home, I was exhausted. How about you? How was your yesterday?
Aw, man, yesterday was a bit rough. I encountered a few setbacks with my computer, and it felt like a bit of a disaster in the morning. But luckily, I managed to take it easy in the evening and recharge my batteries with a movie.
Well, I am glad you got to rest. Today is a new day.
And scene. That was a perfect example of how these phrases flow naturally in a real conversation. See how we mix the casual idioms like "on the go" and "had a blast" with phrases like "recharge my batteries."
It sounds so much more alive than just saying yesterday was good, yesterday was bad.
It really does. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of English Style. Remember, language learning is all about consistency. Practicing a little bit every single day is the secret key to moving from B1 to B2 and beyond.
Yes, do not forget to complete your keyword comment challenge by writing a sentence with the word yesterday in the comments right now. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to English Style and share this episode with a friend who is also learning English.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and we will see you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.